This weekend, you have an opportunity to learn everything you want to know about horses. Laura Langamo live in Oconomowoc with a preview of the Festival of the Horse. Good morning.
Well, good morning, and we are getting in the true spirit this morning as I've got the full-on English attire with my new friend Milo that I'm on here. And we've got Dr. Bob Magnus here with Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital. Now, what is this Festival of the Horse thing all about this weekend?
Well, thank you for asking. We're celebrating the horse. It's an incredible animal, and we'd like to share that with the public. We have a festival this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. You can join us on Facebook to find out the details. And we're going to be celebrating the horse, but we're also celebrating the 20th anniversary of our business, which is like a human hospital for horses.
Yeah, you guys do all kinds of interesting things here. You guys have an MRI machine for horses. You have OBGYN doctors for horses. I mean, all these things, dental hygienists here, things that I think people just don't understand that you supply here for horses.
Well, and that's what the weekend's all about. You know, our hope is to show you about what we do in veterinary medicine, careers in veterinary medicine, and show you a little bit more about the different breeds. We have different breed demonstrations. We have a stallion row, Laura, that's going to show people some of the premier stallions in the Midwest. So
wow.
Pretty exciting day.
Oh my goodness, he's moving around a little bit here. We're getting kind of active this morning. Now, Bob, let's talk a little bit about what I'm wearing here this morning. I got the full-on outfit. What is this?
You have an English attire set up. And so this is what an English rider wears. Now, we're not going to tell your audience how you got on the horse, because that was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that took a little bit of time.
Bit more of that later this morning.
Yeah, exactly. But so is this what somebody would wear in like a competition?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
This is a competition. There are a lot of different types of horses, just like there are a lot of different breeds of dogs. And we do different things with horses. We ride them over fences and jump with them. We ride them cross country. We do different things like dressage, which is like ballet with a horse. So there are a lot of things that we're really excited to show the public and to celebrate really in this Festival of the Horse.
Yeah, very interesting what's going on right here in Oconomowoc. This Saturday and Sunday, how can people learn more about it, and what are the times of the event?
The program starts at 3 o'clock on on Saturday, and goes until 10 at night with a lot of demonstrations, also a fun cookout and live country western band.
Wow.
Sunday, we start at noon, and we're going to go until 5 o'clock. Again, with demonstrations of the horses. And what's also exciting, you'll see things like native Indian displays. You'll learn about the HARPS program, which is a wonderful rescue program. You'll see a horse ambulance.
Wow.
A lot of pretty cool things.
I did not know. I have so many interesting things you can learn here. Come on down this Saturday and Sunday in Oconomowoc. Should be a fun event. But for now, Brittany, we're going to throw it over to you. Maybe I'll take a little Milo here for a ride. What do you think?
Horses can be a wonderful companion, but it's a lot of work. Laura Langamo is on Oconomowoc with a place that takes care of horses, and you had some big dental tools just a moment ago.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about that in just a moment. It's amazing the type of care that these type of horses need. I mean, these are big animals. They need a lot of help, too. And we've got Brenda Mueller joining us here from Chicago Equestrian, and you have an organization that you're with that helps rescue horses. Tell us about that.
Well, actually, one of the big events this weekend is a live and silent auction, and all the proceeds for the auction benefit an association called HARPS, which is Hooved Animal Rescue and Protection Society out of Barrington, Illinois. And what they do is they rescue horses that are neglected or injured, and they bring their horse ambulance, and they can come and rescue them and bring them to a facility like this, and the horses are then rehabbed and cared for, and so they're available to then be adopted by families.
That's wonderful, helping out all those horses that need the help. Now, also, horses need help with dental work, of course. And we've got Nadia Chakowski joining us here, who is a doctor with Wisconsin Equine Hospital and Clinic. Now, these are some interesting tools over here, Nadia. Tell us what these things are.
Well, all of these tools are used for daily dental care that we're giving to horses. The dentistry in horses is a little bit different than in humans because their teeth are growing constantly throughout their life. However, the care is the same. So we still need to do an oral exam and look for fractured teeth or cavities or gum disease. And so we use a lot of the same tools.
Now, this doesn't look like a tool.
Well,
can I press this button?
A little bit different.
What happens if I press
Use
this button?
Use the button, yes.
Whoa, I don't think I want a dentist using that on me. What is that?
So this is a power float. It's one of the ways that we reduce the length or some of the enamel points that horses develop. And that's because their teeth, as I said, grow throughout their life, but they don't correctly align. And so the outside of the teeth here and the inside on the lowers oftentimes get very sharp points. And because they're made of enamel, it's not something that's easily removed just by a rasp.
So you have to grind that.
Correct.
Down.
So with modern day technology, we've started using power tools, and they make our job way easier and faster, and we can do a much more efficient job with it.
Sandpaper or something, huh?
Exactly.
That would be
It's not
tough.
sandpaper.
That would be a little
Much
bit
faster.
time consuming, but also this horse even has an OBGYN. Who knew that, right? And that's what Dr. Andy Schmidt does over here. Now tell me about this technology that you have over here.
Well, we've got a state-of-the-art ultrasound, which we use internally, similar to how it's done in humans, to monitor the progress of the cycle and when to breed the mare. And we can
And that's this horse that we're talking about right back here,
right. And we can actually breed mares to stallions even in Europe through the use of transported semen. And then we've got a wireless computer system that will monitor those records for us and help us find the history on the horse at a moment's notice.
So then you can use the ultrasound, this machine right here, and you can see the little baby horse?
Yep, and we can monitor and take care of the mare throughout her pregnancy and help her to give birth in the spring and take care of her foal. And it's very similar to what's done in human medicine. It's just on the horse side.
Very interesting. Well, if you guys are interested in learning more about it, come on down to the Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital this Saturday and Sunday. Free event. Come on down, check it out. Should be interesting. But coming up, guys, we're going to look at an MRI machine for horses. That should be kind of different as well. That's coming up. But for now, Nicole, we're going to throw it back to you.
I'm over it. All right, 8:14 this weekend, you've got an opportunity to learn everything you'd like to know about horses. Laura Langamo is live out in Oconomowoc this morning with a preview of Festival of the Horse. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, and we're learning all kinds of different things about horses. I never knew the care that it takes that you need for a horse. A lot of interesting stuff going on here at the Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital. And I've got Doug Langer joining me here. Now, we have an actual MRI machine right here that we're looking at for this horse right here. This is the horse that I was riding to earlier. Is that right?
Yes, it is. We just brought him in as an example so people can see what it would be like for a horse that comes in for an MRI. When we do an MRI on a horse, the blue thing is actually a magnetic coil that creates a power field within the foot, and the computer generates different power fields, which allows us to look at the tissues. We then put this coil around the leg, and this captures the images that are then generated on the screen. So if we look here at the horse here that I did last week, this is a horse that is a jumping horse. It had come up lame, was treated, was good for about a month, and then came up lame enough that the referring vet was concerned that there was a fracture. He referred it here. We could not find anything on x-rays or ultrasound, any of the routine diagnostic tests we would do. We took the horse to MRI and found a stress fracture, and the horse was one step away from having a catastrophic fracture.
So this is it right here that we're looking at?
This is the start of the fracture right here, and when you go through additional images on the horse's leg, we could actually follow that fracture down the leg about half the way down the pastern. So that horse currently is living in a cast. He'll be in a cast for about 4 weeks as a precaution, but he'll go back to full athletic function.
Now, before doing the MRI, you do things like x-rays and so forth, and that's what Chuck Johnson does over here with these machines. Tell us about this equipment right over here.
What we have here is a digital radiography machine. This is the most advanced technology we have available for this. So the case that Dr. Langer just showed, originally we started out taking a radiograph of that horse and didn't really see anything on radiographic evidence. Then we went to, next is a digital ultrasound machine. This allows us to use this probe to look at the soft tissue injuries. And we found some suspect injuries on this ultrasound with this particular animal, but we didn't think it was consistent with what the horse was showing us. So that's when the horse was taken to MRI to ultimately discover the injury.
Wow, so this is sports medicine that you guys do pretty much. I mean, just like any athlete would have. Are a lot of these horses in competitions and so forth? Is that where these injuries come from, or how do you see these injuries?
Yeah, most of the horses that I specifically look at are horses that are in competition. And these are athletic injuries just like a football player would have or a skier. And we use the same medicine, same type of technology to try to treat those and individually tailor their rehab, their treatment to try to get back to the highest level of performance as soon as they can.
Yeah, well, very interesting. If you're interested in learning more about how to care for a horse, how to ride for a horse, whatever it may be, come on down to the Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital this Saturday and Sunday. They've got the Festival of the Horse going on this weekend, so it should be really fun. But we got more where that came from. But for now, guys, we're going to throw it back to you in the studio.
Well, horses can be and are wonderful, but it's a lot of work to properly care for them.
Laura Langemo is live in Oconomowoc this morning to show you what it takes. Nice hat.
Hey guys, we are getting festive. We're getting this spirit ready for Festival of the Horse kicking off this weekend. I got my whole country theme outfit on. Take a look, little spin, very fancy. Now I've got Rachel Bourne, Dr. Rachel Bourne, joining us here from the Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital, talking all about the different things that people can see this weekend. And who do we have joining us right here?
We have Daisy and her
Bear.
little offspring Bear. Bear was born about 3-4 months ago, and this is one of our smallest patients that we take care of. These are miniature horses, but there's a lot of different breeds. I don't think people realize quite how many breeds of horses there are, so hopefully this weekend they'll get to see all of those.
These horses are going to be there that weekend,
These
too.
horses are going to be there. We also have some very large horses that are going to be here, plus a lot of other different breeds in between. We have some demonstrations, some discipline demonstrations, so people can really see what horses do. We're just really excited about the horse and its role in southeast Wisconsin.
And people are going to be wearing things similar to what I'm wearing as well. They're going to be wearing their competitive outfits, is that right?
That's correct. During the demonstrations, you'll get to see people riding westerns, so there'll be a reining horse.
Ooh.
A reining horse
Daisy
demonstration.
had something to say about that. Wow.
There'll also be some English horse demonstrations, too.
Wow. Okay, well, let's hand these off because we want to see some more horses. And these are just the little guys, but there are also a lot bigger horses, too, like the Clydesdale. We got Benny coming out right here. Now, how big is Benny?
Benny is probably about 18 hands tall, and he is actually not the biggest horse.
Oh, really?
This weekend, we're going to have a much larger horse named Bruce coming to visit us, so you'll be able to see him as well.
Oh, my goodness. But then you guys are also talking about, you're going to do riding demonstrations, but talking, too, about how to properly care for a horse. And it's been really interesting spending the morning here and learning all the different technology you have here and all the different things that you do to care for the horses.
Well, that's right. I don't think a lot of people realize what we do as veterinary medicine, particularly taking care of horses. So there'll be educational opportunities, there'll be lectures, there'll be table topic discussions, but everybody can come and ask the vet questions. We are going to be here. We just want to celebrate the horse and how great it is, but also educate people about veterinary medicine in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. And is this the first time you guys have done this, or have you done a festival like
this is the first time we have done something of this size. Wisconsin Equine Clinic is 20 years old this year, so I think that's something to celebrate. We want to say a big thank you to all our clients, friends, family for supporting us over the years, but also to expose new people and maybe some non-horsey people to just what they can do with horses and just how great they are.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, come on down, guys, to the Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital. This Saturday, I believe it is 3 to 10, and then Sunday, noon to 5, and it's a free event, too. You get to come hang out with all the horses, maybe see people in some fun outfits like this one. No big deal, right?
That's right.
Maybe a little spin, a little side spin. But for now, Kim, Sean, we're going to throw it back to you guys.
That's enough.
Looking good. All right. Thanks, Laura. Let's kick it over.
Horses can be a wonderful companion, but it's a lot of work to properly care for them. Today, Laura Langemo shows you what it takes.
Good morning, and we're hanging out at the Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital talking about a unique festival going on this weekend, Festival of the Horse. And I've got Doug Langer joining me here, who is a sports medicine doctor for horses. And this is an actual MRI machine that we're seeing that this horse is in. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, the MRI machine that we have here, the blue structure around the horse's leg is actually the magnet. And that magnet creates an electronic field around the leg, and then when that electronic field is created, computer changes the electronic field and images are captured with this coil that goes around the leg, and then the images are generated on the screen here. So this is actually an image here of a horse that came in last week. It was a jumping horse from Illinois that had an injury to its hind fetlock. It was initially treated by the local veterinarian. The horse did well for about 30 days and then came up lame again. It came here for further diagnostics. Radiographs and ultrasound did not tell us what we needed to know. We took the horse to MRI, and the horse was found to have a stress fracture developing in its pastern. And if the horse had continued to exercise, it likely would have had a catastrophic fracture.
Now, where are we seeing the fracture on here?
The actual fracture is there's actually damage to the bone here, so that whiteness is fluid, and then there's fluid extending down lower into pastern. So we did additional sequences further down, and the long pastern bone in the horse had a stress line that ran about 2/3 the way down the bone. This horse then had a cast put on and will stay with a cast on for 4 to 6 weeks, just to help protect it from fracturing.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into caring for these horses too, but before getting the MRI, a lot of times they'll have an x-ray or an ultrasound done before that, and that's where Dr. Chuck Johnson steps in. Now tell us about this equipment over here.
So what we have here is a digital radiography machine. This is the most advanced technology that's currently available for us to use in equine medicine. The case that Dr. Langer was talking about, we initially, as we worked up this horse, we took some digital radiographs of it. We didn't see any obvious fractures in the joint. And next we went from there to the digital ultrasound, where we used this probe and we put it on the tendon to look for soft tissue injuries.
Now this equipment is the same equipment used in hospitals for people too. I mean, it's really comparable what you guys are doing here with horses as other doctors do with people.
That's correct. What we do is very similar to what the orthopedic surgeons do in people. Primarily the doctors that are working on the high-level athletes, the football players, the skiers, things like that. Most of the joint injuries and soft tissue injuries they see are very similar to the same things we see. And what we do meshes very well with what they do. We get a lot of information from them, they get a lot of information from us. And ultimately, it helps both parties in the long run be able to get these athletes back to work as soon as possible.
Wonderful. Well, if you are interested in learning more about how to properly care for a horse like these guys are doing right here, or even how to ride a horse, come on down to Festival of the Horse this weekend here at the Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital. It's a free event. It should be a very fun time. In Oconomowoc, Laura Lankamo, Fox 6 News.
They have chiropractors, they have dentists, they have sports medicine physicians. They are clearly not your typical patient, however. Fox 6's Laura Langamo previews a unique festival that's all about caring for a beautiful creature.
It's the same type of equipment you'd see at the hospital, but on a much larger scale, as the patients can weigh upwards of 2,000 pounds. The Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital is opening its doors this weekend to teach the public how to properly care for a horse.
I think a lot of people are very surprised that old adage of if they break their leg, shoot them, that doesn't apply anymore. We can do lots of different things for horses.
During Festival of the Horse, people can see the advanced technology used to diagnose injured horses, such as x-rays, MRIs, and ultrasound. Visitors can also learn about surgeries performed to treat them.
We will have our surgery suite open for tours. On display, we will have some of the things we removed from horses over the years, like this intestinal stone you can see here.
And even horses have to have their teeth cleaned, too.
Horses get cavities just like humans. They get tartar buildup. They get periodontal or gum disease that needs to be taken care of.
At the festival, they'll also have riding demonstrations and people in their traditional competitive attire, like this Western outfit.
The horse is just an incredible animal, and we want to share it with the whole community.
An incredible animal that takes a whole lot of care. In Oconomowoc, Laura Langamo, Fox 6 News.
And she wonders why we call her Chaps. Festival of the Horse will take place this weekend at the Wisconsin Equine Clinic and Hospital in Oconomowoc. It's a free event. Be open from 3 until 10 p.m. Saturday, noon to 5.